Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. It is wonderful to be able to connect with you. Wonderful to say hi. What is going on? What are you up to? Blessings, 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 blessings unto you. Blessings, blessings unto you, beloved. Blessings unto you. What's going on, y'all? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I am here in the room with y'all, waiting on y'all to come on in so I can say good morning. Good morning. Who's that? Judith. Hey, Judith. Good morning, dear. Wonderful to see you. Wonderful to see you. Hey, hey, hey. I see that you are on and watching, and it'll post in a minute on StreamYard. But good morning, good morning, good morning. For those of you who are watching live, thank you for watching live. Thank you, Judith. Good morning. Thank you for watching live, for being with me. Dorian, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For you are watching live, let's play. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. For those of you who will hashtag it and replay it, I love it. I love it. I love doing what works for us, whatever that looks like. For those who will be on and I will never know you're on. Okay, I get that. I get that. And then if there's those of you who will be used by Papa at some point in time down the road. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that idea of being used by Papa, who is going to be an encouragement to me when we all at some point in time in life need just a little bit of encouragement. Anybody out there ever needed encouragement before? I certainly have and will in the future, as will you if you're honest about it. And so for those who will be used in that way, like you just come up to me at some point or you inbox me or email me or communicate in some way and say, you know what? I listened to you. I heard you. You made a difference for me on that 5:40 a.m. thing that you do, right? That 5:40 a.m. thing that we do. Because I'm not on here by myself. This is us. We're on here together, and I love it. I love that we're doing what we do, that we have our own things and our own reasons for being here at 5:40. So blessings. Brian, hey sis, come on in the room, sis. Ahmed is watching. Hi, Ahmed. Good to see you watching with us. Good to see you. Devira L. Robinson. Hey, Devira L. Hey, Devira. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, sis. Good morning. Hey, Brian. Good morning, sis. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for the love. Thank y'all for coming in. Hi, hi, hi. And with the love, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, 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 yes. Interesting how things are different. Yes. So this morning we are talking about this notion of yeah, but. Yeah, but. So depending on what role we function in life, we might have an opportunity to get to this yeah, but more often than not. We might have an opportunity to get to the yeah, but more often than not. And my yeah, but that I run into a lot is when people are in challenging situations, particularly when they're in situations that are habitual. And it habitually is getting them to not to where they want to be. And some way or another, I'm privileged to be having a conversation with them. and I might offer an insight, offer an alternative way, offer a different approach. And in some way or another, it's a yeah, but. I hear you, but. I know, but. I tried it, but. That doesn't really work for me, which is a but. Yeah, but. Beloved, that yeah, but is a fighting for our limitations. That's what that yeah, but. It's a fight for our limitations as opposed to our liberations. It's a fight for our limitations as opposed to a determination towards our liberation. I'm just saying, look, look, this life of ours is limited only by our imagination. Our imagination and willingness to put action behind it, right? Is limited by it. Like we imagine, and then we are in. So, I talk about inspired actions. We receive the inspiration, which, inspiration comes to our imagination, however way you want to say it. But inspired actions is what get us towards the things that we have only previously dreamed of. If it's in your belly, like if it's in your soul, if the vision and the dream is there, don't leave this life without doing everything within your power to make it happen. What is it? Hebrews 11 talks about the giants of our faith who believed. They didn't see it while they were here on earth, but they lived it as if they had it. That right there, that piece is powerful. They didn't see it, but they lived it as if the giants of faith, right? The heralds of faith, they lived it as if they had it, even though they did not see it, beloved. I'm just saying, what would your life be like if you lived it as if you already had it, as if you walked it out as if it were yours, as if it was just yours, as if you walked this thing out? What would it be like, beloved, if you did that? If you lived it as if it were already yours to have? I'm just saying. They were counted as what? I don't remember, righteous or whatever, because they lived it, even though they never attained the promise. But they attained the benefit of walking out the promise. Look, in order to get to the promise, you have to become. Like, we don't get what is ours that's only available once we've built certain muscles. You can't just lift anything. Good morning, Letitia. Welcome, honey bun. You can't just lift anything. You got to build up to that particular weight. And certain things in life are like weights. Like, you got to get to that particular weight class in order to get the manifestation of the thing that you want. Do you see? You got to build up to that weight class, the weight class in faith, the weight class in inspired actions. You got to get to that weight class. You can't be a featherweight and think you're going into the heavyweight ring of faith, of walking it out, of manifestation of inspired actions, right? There's a certain atmosphere you bring into the ring when you're a heavyweight as compared to a lightweight. It's a whole different arena, beloved. I'm just saying. And so living life from the vantage point of it's already done. It's already done. Yeah, buts will take you out. That's fighting for your limitation. In my profession, I get an opportunity to hear that a lot. And I see it coming. When people don't believe, they want it to be different, but they don't believe it could be different. And it doesn't matter what we want. If we don't believe in it, it doesn't come to us, right? Because if we believe in it, then we will be in action towards it. If we believe in it, we will be in action towards it. You said babies are the biggest heavyweights. They don't even know they can't walk and step still. LOL. Hey, Hammond, Elijah, how are you? It's so good to see you. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I love that analogy. They don't even know they can't walk, but they step anyway. That's a word right there. They don't even know they can't walk and they step anyway. And so, yes, 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 and yes. We must be in inspired actions towards, like, it's I read something, I heard something recently, but this is the thing, right? Early in our church history, one of our favorite songs to sing was Total Praise. And none of us were skilled. None of us were, we bootstrapped, bootlegged, or whatever, however you want to say it. Choir director, musician, it was none of the high quality. None of us were school. We didn't have a music background, none of those things. We just had a heart for God and a love for music that honored him and that worshiped. And so it was babies in the choir, and we sung, one of our top songs was Total Praise. And we went to this church, and there was a pastor who had major background in music. And after we sung the song, we sat down, we enjoyed it. It felt the way it normally feels. And he went on to elaborate on how technically difficult that song was, and how we sung it so well. But his elaboration on the difficulty, I looked at my dear friend who was the musician, Vanessa, and I'm the choir director, and I said, I'm glad we didn't know it was difficult. I'm glad we didn't know it was difficult, because we just approached it and did what worked for us. We had an earnest desire to worship God through that song. And we never even contemplated that there was an obstacle. Like, there was never a thought that we would not be able to sing a song. As a matter of fact, there never was a song that we wanted to sing that we ever thought we could not sing. What would your life be like, beloved, if you approached whatever you wanted to do from that vantage point, as opposed to fighting for your limitations, pressing towards, being determined, decide, instead of fighting for your limitations, decide for your liberations, as opposed to, good morning, Ray, thank you for being here, my brother, thank you for being here. What would life be like if you just never really gave considerations to the difficulty of a thing? And look, let me tell y'all, I tell y'all all the time, when I'm talking to you all, I'm talking to me too. When I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to me. I'm just not only talking to you. I'm talking to myself as well. Because there's a thing that I do. There's a certain note that I have to create, a clinical note. And one element of them is more difficult than the other. But this is the thing that I know. It's only as difficult as I tell myself that it is. So I'm training myself to not say that it's difficult. I'm training myself to not say that it's going to take me this amount of time. And I'm walking out of that, because I was new coming into it. I've been in this new process for about a year. I was new coming into it, and it was all kind of difficult initially. But as I habituated, kept going and making it a habit, then fewer and fewer things were difficult. But in my mind, I accepted the limitation that this particular way of charting was difficult. And now I'm no longer accepting that limitation. And so I pay attention to what I say to myself when I'm getting ready to do that chart. I pay attention to the message that I give myself about how long it's going to take. I pay attention to what I say and what I feel about it, and I am shifting it every time I go to it, because I refuse to accept the limitation that it's going to be hard, because you know what? This is something that I have to do often. And so why would I accept that it's going to be difficult every time I do it, when I can simply change my frame of reference? Right now, I have had a frame of difficult. I've had a frame of challenge. I've had a frame of it takes a long time. I'm changing my frame. I no longer want that to be my frame. And so I had to do some of those this morning, and it wasn't anywhere near as difficult as it has been. It didn't take as long as it has been, because I've been working on my mind. So, where are you? Are you in the yeah buts? Where in your life are you yeah butting? Where in your life are you fighting for your limitations? Where in your life have you told yourself, oh, this is going to be hard, so go on and get ready for the hard? Where in your life are you accepting a limitation that you don't have to accept? If you hear yourself saying, yeah, but good morning, Senator. Hey, dear, it's so good to see you. Where in your life are you yielding to the limitation? Look, you are created. You are a handcrafted masterpiece. You are a handcrafted masterpiece with divinity breathed into your being. You are alive because of divine breath. What's your limitation? Where's your limitation? I'm just saying. I'm just asking. Our limitation is in not knowing who we are. That's a limitation. In not knowing who we are and whose we are. That's a limitation, because when you understand those two stations in life, come on, y'all. Come on. I'm just saying. And look, ultimately, what are we scared of? What are we waiting on? Why are we hesitating? Why are we not jumping into the double dutch? Why are we still, waiting to see? Go on and make your path, make your way. Just do the thing that only you can do, that no one else can do but you, the way you can do it. I'm not saying that just for something to sound kind of cliche-ish. No, I believe that with every fiber of my being. Like, you can do something in a way that only you can do it. And if you don't do it, it doesn't get done in that way. And what a travesty for humanity that you fight for your limitations. What a travesty that we fight for our limitations, and that which we can only bring to the earth doesn't get brought because we have fought to be limited. I don't want it, and I'm not going to accept it. No. I refuse to live any longer. I've lived a long time fighting for my limitations. Well, yeah, I can't because I was raised because I grew up in poverty. I didn't see this and I didn't experience this, and we didn't this, then we didn't. You know what? There's a whole bunch that we did. First of all, let me just run it down. I grew up in an amazing extended family experience. I'm just saying. For those who know, you know. It was cousins upon cousins upon cousins upon cousins. Hey, cuz. Cousins upon cousins upon cousins upon cousins. The crowning jewel of African Americans has been their extended family experience, where in one household there could be 3 and 4 generations at any given time. I've always seen that as a plus. Always seen it as a plus. Grandma, great grandma, mama, and a child and child's child. Oh my God. I think it's the most amazing, wonderful thing. You know, it's funny because people used to misconstrue my stance that my son never had to leave the home that he grew up in, that my son never had to leave, that he and his wife and their children never had to leave. People used to misconstrue that as me being the kind of mom who never wanted her son to leave the nest. No, I'm not an enabler. That's not what I am. It's not how I roll. But I understand the benefit when you share the load. I understand the benefit, the mental health and emotional benefit of sharing the load. I understand the mental health and emotional benefit of there always being adults around to love on the children, of there not being these gaps, because we got to have our own way. And that means we got all the pressures and all the responsibilities and all of the, no, I don't believe in that. In my grandma's house, right? In my mama's house, there was always, right? Like mama was always there. The children, the grandchildren, the great grands, and the friends' children. And there was always food, liver, onions, gravy. That was my favorite meal that my mom used to cook. She would call me and say, Kathy, I cooked liver, onions, and gravy, and biscuits, and broccoli. And mama, I'm on my way from lunch. So I'm just saying, there were many benefits, many benefits. Yeah, we grew up under the poverty line, but nothing about my childhood was impoverished. Nothing. Now, the bank accounts, probably, right? But other than that, the richness of love, the richness of figuring it out, the richness of being raised by these powerful Black women who did not take any mess. And they were a trip, I'm just saying, and still are. But I love them. I love them tremendously. The beauty of being loved, I remember going to grandma's house, and love is what I remember about it. Everybody have their own different memories and different experiences from childhood, but that was mine. That was what helped me to become. That was the foundation of me becoming who I am. So Papa saw fit to put me in this amazing family unit who just tried to do their best by their children, right? By their children. I have tremendously fond memories. Of course, it wasn't always perfect, but that's my story. That's my story. And all of it is a part of my story. And if you've never heard me tell you this before, it is imperative that you use your story, your history, your story as a platform and not an imprisonment. Because your story is your story. Own it. Can't nobody tell it like you can tell it. Can't no one walk it out like you can walk it. Can't no one live it out like you can live it. If you fully own it, it becomes your platform and not your imprisonment. I'm just saying, beloved. But if you're ashamed of it, it's like quicksand. If you prefer that it wasn't what it was and you still stuck on it shouldn't have, ought to have, they should have done their own this, it's quicksand. But if you just say it is what it is, and this is how I grow up, this is what I take from it, this is what I learn from it, this is what I will repeat, and this is what I won't repeat. This is what I knew then, and this is what I know now. I'm just saying. Brian, what you say? Many nationalities practice this home life. Why does African American families see this as a negative? I don't even know it. And actually, we practice it for so long. I would have loved to have that guard the door option. I would have loved to have that guard the door option. Right. My son said, nope, I have to swim on my own, but if I need you, I'll let you know. I know, right? I know they didn't get it. And my son too, he was like, nope, right? Morning, waking up with Kathy. Love you, cuz nobody can tell it. nobody, cousin. Good morning, cousin. See, that's one of my cousins, right? It's one of my cousins I talk about. We used to visit each other, go to each other's homes when they lived here in the D with us. I finally remember going on Concord off Kercheval to visit my cousin Margie and Marvella, and Vincent and Leroy were younger. But yeah, and those are very, very fond memories of mine. So, beloved, I love y'all. I really do. I'm inviting you to rid yourself of yeah buts. You have no idea what's possible when it's just a yes. When you drop the but, when it's just a yes. Doors unparalleled beyond your imagination be open, becomes possible for you when it's just yeah, not paired with the but. Fight, what is it? Decide for your liberation and all the possibilities that come when you're liberated from the yeah but, as opposed to fighting for your limitations. I love you. I really do. And I'm learning to love you more because I'm learning to love me more. And I'm loving less of me physically more and more every day. And I'm having fun with that. My bestie blessed me with some items, and I am enjoying them. I'm just saying. So at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. You and I, we simply don't have the right to not be amazing, because to function as if you are not says to me that there's a little bit of confusion about who you are. So you are a masterpiece, handcrafted by the creator of all that is, Elohim himself. I'm just saying. All right, talk to y'all later. What you say, Bria? All of my childhood friends from, I know, Meldrum, Kercheval, down to East Grand Boulevard. Right, sis? Right? I'm just saying, it's, and I have some amazing, amazing friendships still from elementary. I am blessed, so blessed. Oh my God. I'm so blessed with the relationships that I've been privileged to have all of my life. I'm so grateful to Papa that I have amazing sisters and brothers, and just, sisters and brothers in general across the board, whether we're talking cousins or friends or, aunties and uncles and whoever, but I have amazing relationships, life-giving, heart-fulfilling, and I love it. I'm grateful. All right, y'all. Have a good one. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later on. Tomorrow. We'll do some announcements tomorrow. I didn't do any announcements today. I love y'all. Thank you for being on this morning. And for those of you who are going to hashtag and do what you do, thank you for doing that as well. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.